Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to episode number 21 of Playing with House Money on the Toilets to Titles Network. I'm Ice. You can find me on Twitter at Iceman_1013. This is my co-host DJ Pru at PruBaby10, the live bet king. How are you doing today, my guy?
I'm doing good. Everybody needs to get to that Twitter immediately. The Twitter he just mentioned, you need to get there immediately. The people witnessed a heater last week, my guy. And, everything I said I was going to do was done. And, yeah, this is episode 20. I told everybody in the Gilded, like, yo, it's 20. We got to make it, we got to make it special. It's, a small milestone. So we did exactly that. It's real over here. No gimmicks. Get to Playing with House Money immediately. We Thursday through Monday was pretty crazy. We had a plus 10,000 MLB parlay that was posted, smacked. Like, we're getting straight to it. Plus 10,000 is what everybody got access to. So get there. And that wasn't it. So I won't take up too much of the people's time, but they missed a plus 10,000. We had a plus 4,000 in the Texas game. Altuve with the bottom of the ninth homer cashes us. We only needed a double, so that was even better. Everybody got excited because that was obviously a couple of days after the 10,000, so we were locked and loaded. We had a 27.84, so 3-leg touchdown parlay. That was Sunday night. Gainwell cashes that one. I had a plus, basically a plus 3,500 I actually made off of something you had, and we obviously talked about it and whatnot, so that was nice. And then Monday Night Football, I actually posted on Twitter a plus 1950 that basically cashed first half. We needed Kittle. Kittle was at 16 yards, and we were worried about getting, I think it was 49 maybe, or
yeah,
we needed 33 after that. So yeah, and he ends up just going off that game, that second half, and made that sweat free. So that was posted on Free for Twitter. I made a post the night before, like, dude, just get over to us. You're missing out on money. Come see what we're cooking up, and then ended up giving that one out for free. So that was nice. And then we had an 834, a 719. We had numerous cover bets, numerous live bets. So it was a crazy week, man. It was a crazy weekend.
Yeah, it was. And like you said, you said the wording you used at the start, like they missed the heater. Like we're hoping that you're only in the middle of this, and that we're going to carry this on this weekend. So don't miss. Like if you missed the weekend, and again, like Pru said, he posted multiple free plays on Twitter calling out the fact that this was being posted, and to join a Discord, at PW_House Money. Join up. The links are all over there. But yeah, like if you miss those,
there'll be more. Like, I wouldn't invite you. If I thought it was done, if I thought it was done, I would take the win and call it one. If you've been keeping up with Playing with House Money, this is what, some episodes out of the Dodgers one. It's not, this isn't unheard of over here. It's just the people are, it's doubtful. There's a lot of places out there, a lot of guys they're capping, and it's hard to know who's real. And I actually got a really good compliment from one of the guys in the Discord the other day. Actually, my boy Kevin Nadre is the one that, he's had a few posts we've made him throw in the Discord, and he was like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You guys are small, but I consider you, you're a top 3 capper that I check on every day. I play everything you run, and so that was awesome to hear. So, man, we're real over here. Obviously, I've been calling you the soccer goat for real forever. And so it's like, man, why not make sure the people know they are missing out if they're not, in there, or at least following us everywhere and whatnot. And
yeah,
I'm tired of people watching, but they're not trying to make any moves. It's like they don't want to win with us. So if you missed that, there will be more. I didn't word it anyway to where I think it's done, but it might not be 5-6 consecutive days, because that's just, no. It was crazy that the lottos will obviously cash, something every day. But lottos like that 5 days in a row, man. It's a blessing, but like I say, we make our own luck.
We absolutely do, and that being said, you cash some on these games here, and moving on to the World Series, your boys, the Texas Rangers, they're the favorites, right?
Yeah. Well, that's also, I mean, Arizona, nobody thought Arizona would be here.
Yeah.
Like, nobody. So, I mean, shout out to them for sure. But, I mean, even like them, way back when season started, dude, I told you that their bats are not the issue. The bats were never the issue. They're young. They're scrappy. Their pitching has got it together, too. Really solid. They're going deeper into games. But their manager also pulls them, pretty premature in typical terms or, today's terms. But they're a good team, and they can obviously hang with the best of them. Beating the Phillies in Philly, Game 7 is just, I still can't get over it. So shout out to them. But yeah, I told you, man, if that Texas lineup gets hot, and Adolis Garcia, I mean, I don't know why they poked the bear. I don't know why they even got him riled up. But did he really make an answer? He replied loud.
Mm-hmm.
He responded loudly. That was an incredible game, an all-time game. Obviously broke the record for, the number of RBIs, and I think it was the only guy to hit 2 homers in that conversation. It was just like 8 RBI and 2 homers. It was insane. 4 hits. So if they can stay that hot, I think the few days off will cool them down a little bit, though. Don't get me wrong. That's to have a stretch like they did to win another 2 away and to pull that off. I think that's going to definitely. You can't really just stay that hot and that emotional for that long. So we'll see two teams real fresh-minded, but Arizona's young. So obviously I think Texas does win it. I think it goes to 6. It really depends if Texas can lose their first away game in the playoffs. They haven't lost an away game this year. So we'll see. They did lose 2 in Texas though, 3. So
yeah,
I mean, we'll see. I think they win in 6.
Texas in 6 it is.
Yeah, and who I think already know who I'm going with on the MVP. Yeah. Even though if Adelis stays this hot, it has to be him, but I got to go my boy, Siegs.
Corey, yeah.
Come on, Siegs, my boy, Siegs. First inning homers, but cashing us. I've made so much money. I told a buddy today, I was like, man, I made so much money on Texas. I love them. Like, I hope they win it again, just so they can get the fruits of their labor. But yeah, Siegs MVP. Texas in 6. It's me being, pretty modest to Arizona, but I can respect the series with the Phillies. So, hey, and then we have another sport.
Oh, and look at that. Yep. As one ends, another begins. And hey, yes,
sir.
Yeah, I mean, we're not gonna. It's week 1, game 1. For a lot of these teams. So, I personally have not. I know a couple of the guys in the Discord asked me today if I was betting any NBA this weekend, and I said no. Mm-hmm. Just simply because
none.
No, and just simply because it's game 1. Game 1 for all these guys. Certainly not like the first couple of games. Going to give them a few just to see how they settle in. It's a long season as well. Yeah. But I'll let you. I know I know the degenerates are going to be in there, but yeah, personally, I'm not. But we will jump back into this and next week. But I don't know if there was anything that you wanted to just pick out today, or we just.
I didn't think you would. I didn't think that you weren't going to bet it. I mean, it is game 1. I do agree. There's a lot of a lot of sports to talk about right now that are in the swing of things, and we won't get too deep into it. But if you join the Playing with House Money Discord, you'll get some bets from me this weekend. I guess we should say that.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of people in that Discord that NBA is really last season. We had there was a lot of guys in there, a lot of people that know what they're talking about. And when we come up with some of these bets and, the conversations that happen from, thought processes that aren't just me and you, but questions we're getting asked and, stuff that we come up with there, then NBA is definitely the one where I think it brings the group together.
Yeah, we got a lot of smart NBA betting minds. Like they know where the value's at. Yeah, we got a couple guys that are damn good.
I definitely think that NBA is where it's at for the majority of them. And hey, just if that's not your thing, then get in and use that as a way to learn, and see, because there are multiple people that you can look to for guidance. And hey, like, doesn't have to be us all the time. Like, that's what we created the community for.
I was going to say, and they post, like the guys we're talking about will post and ask, what we think and stuff like that. So you get the play to look at, what I'm saying, and tail if you really want it. So yeah, we got everything in there. And I mean, I very well plan on cashing plenty of NBA slips. I remember one of the guys in there thought, I didn't even know you did baseball. I thought basketball was your sport. So it's, dude, I mean, hey, four of those lottos, all three of those lottos actually were different sports. So you guys are missing out. We do it all.
We do it all. And hey, you can find more of our content, over on Toilets to Titles. It's obviously focused on the football side of things. If you're watching us on YouTube, please like and subscribe and comment. Throw some comments in there. We'll comment back, post your questions. If you do want to, like I say, interact with us, and you don't want to find us on the Twitter, then jump into the Discord. Hit us up, let us know. Gilded is where you find the fantasy stuff, and it's where all Toilets to Titles team are. Whether it's fantasy football, college football, game day chats, trade advice for dynasty, DFS kind of stuff. That's all in the Gilded chat. Pru's throwing a bunch of free plays in there as well.
Some of them are exclusive too. Some of them are exclusive to the Gilded as well. So
yes, and there is certainly on a couple of the days we have those exclusives for the Gilded chat, and for those that are Patreons of Toilets to Titles. And then tomorrow afternoon, catch the newest episode of Playing with House Money present the SGC. As Pru's already mentioned, there's one of the winners that he's talked about there was a soccer winner. We definitely had another couple this week for Champions League as well. So
415. I remember off the top of my head, it was a 415. Shout out to you. We also got a plus 400 and a plus 1200 out of Brandon on Saturday for La Liga, the first goal scorer in any time. We got it all, y'all. We got it all. And the SGC is real. Like, I can't say it enough. I don't even want to ask the current unit, Mark, but it's high. Get there.
Yes, sir. But this weekend, college football. Where are we looking?
It's been frustrating. Some of it has, at least. I guess, I'm not going to say it again. But I always expect one team to get me, like, just at any time. That's why I do like 3 legs, stuff like that. I keep it real small. I try to stay away from betting Florida State, but they're just crying it out of me this year. Luckily, it's cashing out. But yeah, college football is going to be fun. And I think we have a few that we can take advantage of. It's going to be a little different than I usually do, at least a different prop. But we get Duke Louisville this weekend. And obviously, Riley got hurt last week, the quarterback for Duke. I don't think it's confirmed if he is actually playing Saturday yet, but for him to play that game was already a decision. I didn't think he was going to play. It was a game time decision, and it was doubtful that he was going to. And then we saw him out there, and he actually really had a good first half. They were winning the entire game. The entire time he was playing, they were winning. But that backup quarterback has been it's shaky. So Louisville has been very exciting to watch. I think they get over 2.5 touchdowns against this Duke team if that backup quarterback just can't, get drives going and they get a lot of series. That's at minus 165. And if Riley doesn't play for Duke, Louisville wins that game. So going with that, we get Oregon, Utah this week too. That's always a good game in general, and both of them obviously have 2 very good teams this year. So it's going to be even more fun to watch. I think it's going to be exciting, but I'm a little skeptical about how much Utah can score against that Oregon defense. So yeah, I'm going Oregon over 3.5 touchdowns at plus 125. To get plus money for that, I think is kind of crazy. Only because Bo Nix, he's playing very well, and Oregon's been exciting. They've been hanging a lot of points. So I like that line, and I've noticed that the books have been giving team totals that are like 35.5, 34.5, 33.5, but then they offer 3.5 touchdowns. And it's like, I'd rather only need the 28. Obviously, field goals are a factor, but not really in college like that, especially not for teams that have quarterbacks or, offenses that you just go for it on the short distances as well. So I was like, man, I ran it with Michigan a couple times and it was very successful. And then I was like, let me start diving into that. So to get Oregon at plus 3.5 or 3.5 touchdowns at plus 125 is crazy. I'm jumping all over that. And then last, Georgia plays Florida, and University of Florida obviously already gets a bad rep in my house. So this isn't bias at all. I just don't think that their defense is going to be able to contain Georgia with how they're playing right now. And you can get there over 3.5 touchdowns at minus 135. So the treble is plus 529. 3 legs, the 3-leg parlay is 529, and I really like that. I might go a unit on that one. I won't lie.
Yes, it's funny that you said that. And again, this is like, we don't necessarily talk about what props we're playing before we jump on.
Not at all.
Because I had that prop that over the touchdowns is what I'd looked at for the NFL this weekend.
Yeah, me too. That's hilarious.
I didn't I didn't play. I didn't go with it in the end for a similar reason to you, but the other way around, that the team totals I was looking at are around the 2021 mark, but they had the touchdown totals at like 2.5. And I was like, I'd rather go the other way and not need 3 touchdowns, but take 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's crazy that's crazy that they made them that close. But I won't I'll let you get a little bit of credit that we don't talk about it, but I have mentioned Michigan to you. So maybe I like inception.
Maybe. Yeah.
Just a little inception, I like that. I'm going to take credit for that, when anybody asks, but I'll let you have that.
I'm not playing them. So it's just interesting that I looked at the prop. Yeah.
No, I know. Great minds think alike, my boy. I got you.
But no, I do like that. Especially like you say, that plus money Oregon play is pretty solid. Interesting stuff. And then, tonight, Bucks at Bills.
Yeah.
In the National Football League. My play for this game, and I see you've gone kind of complete. I've picked a Bucks player that I'm going for, and you've picked several Bills players that you're going for. And I totally understand why you've gone for the Bills players. And I did think about it. Obviously, they're huge favorites at home. Minus 8.5 is the spread, I think. So it kind of makes what are you shaking your head at?
That's not why I went with them. I have a perfect explanation why I went with the Bills players. But I'll let you go. I knew this is your guy though, so you know what I'm saying. When I saw it in there, I'm like, yeah, that's a good one. This is your guy.
Well, yeah, I just think we've talked about it before. Like Mike Evans and Godwin as well, kind of both forgotten about before the season started. Everyone was down on Baker Mayfield, saying that these guys weren't going to be fantasy relevant. And not only are they fantasy relevant, they're actually relevant.
That matters.
Yeah,
the one that matters, they're gambling relevant.
Yeah.
Look at this line.
Well, yeah, and they don't play each other often, right? The Bucks and the Bills.
Yeah.
I think they've played, when I looked, Josh Allen's only played the Bucks one time. Mike Evans has played the Bills twice in his career. So I looked at both of those. And me, sometimes I look back at the history of how looking at how they do against certain teams, knowing that obviously it's not the same team that they played against in 2021, and the teams are different. But Evans has gone 80 plus yards in both of those games and a touchdown.
Mike Evans goes 80 plus yards in every game he's ever played. It feels like.
So to get his line right now at 59.5
is insanity.
Yeah. So Evans over 59.5 receiving yards and a touchdown at plus 265 is where I'm going.
Very solid.
Yeah, and I saw that and I was like, I didn't have to look anymore. That was literally the extent of I was like, okay, I'm not going to overthink this and dive in and pick a third prop that then screws me. I was both of those in, done, short and simple. Keep it sweet.
Yeah, for sure. And I may have done that, is thrown a third leg in there and screwed myself, by the way. Because knowing my luck, he'll get the yardage or something. But the reason I went with the Bills players wasn't probably what you thought. I do think Tampa Bay gives them a very good game. But Tampa Bay, it's really their front, their rush defense is really their strength. You obviously have Winfield in the back, but I don't really think they can hang with that spread against Buffalo. And Gabe Davis has been getting a lot of love, and they have his line at 39.5. It's easy. Why go Diggs for 87 when I can go Gabe Davis for 40? And I need, that's 4 catches. That's really one Gabe Davis deep ball, if we're going to be honest. Like, that could happen right away, first quarter. So I'm jumping all over that. And then I just think the way that the game's going to go offensively for both teams, I think there's going to be a lot of rushing. At least they're going to attempt. And my second leg is James Cook over 72.5 rushing and receiving. And I throw the receiving in there because I know how good Tampa Bay's rush defense is.
Yeah.
But I've also seen them, give up some chunks. So I know it's going to be one or the other. It's like I called with Alvin Kamara last week. By the way, we cashed Thursday Night Football for the people to know that. Hopefully we're making it another. You had the sweep, we cash. It's been great Thursdays. I called Alvin Kamara on the rushing receiving last week, and what does he do? He goes absolutely crazy receiving the ball. So I'm going with that. Then Stephon Diggs anytime touchdown.
And hey, like James Cook last week went for 46 receiving yards as well.
Yeah, and he's getting the ball a lot more.
So it's not like and his touchdown last week was a receiving touchdown as well. So he's getting looks in the red zone.
Yeah, they're taking him out. So, anything from like 20 and in, they're taking him out of the game.
Yeah.
So I was gonna take James Cook touchdown, to be honest with you. And I just can't risk it. I can't risk it. Buffalo will take him out for Latavius Murray at any time 20 yards and in. But then they also won't give Latavius Murray the carry on the half-yard line. We're not even going to go into that. But we had some bad beats last week. You imagine if like 3 more of those bad beats didn't happen, I'd have been on Mount Rushmore. So they take him out. I don't want to risk it. And then Stephon Diggs, I feel like, has been getting a lot more red zone looks than all overall targets, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
That was like the exact opposite of what I expected. Like last week, he had like 60 yards, but he scored. It's just so I don't know. It's hard to play. And it's minus 125 for the touchdowns because he has been getting the red zone targets. So plus 475 for those 3. I like it.
No,
I think it's
and there is enough. I like it for multiple reasons. One of which that we're going to touch on real briefly because I don't think you thought about it at all in putting that together. We play each other this week in Frankenstein, don't we?
We do. Yeah, we do. I did not think about that, is what I meant.
And I have both James Cook and Gabe Davis.
Oh, perfect. Now I got to go 100 plus. I'm going to go 100 plus. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I would have thought about it by then. I would have noticed by then and then did this already. Oh, yeah. Reverse jinx. And I'm hoping, to be honest with you, the way I'm going to gamble it, I'm going to hope it happens. Take that win, bro. I didn't lose a player this week. Yeah, take that win. You take AJ Brown, who you want. 100 yards, touchdown. I'm going to run the 2-leg and I'm about to do the 2-leg and the 4-leg, just in case. And the 2+. I'm about to run it up.
And you're very lucky. Like we talked about Alvin Kamara and his 12 receptions is basically why I lost last week by half a point. But fortunately, we talked about it. You didn't lose a player. I didn't lose a player either because the steal that my opponent put in was after the deadline.
Damn. Heartbreaking. Hey, Frankenstein. Rankins an A.
Yeah.
At least he didn't set an illegal lineup. That's all you can say.
This is true. Yeah.
So,
but yeah, so I might have lost. I got some decent points. I think you're 23rd, by the way.
Yeah,
just if we're keeping
bad, bro. The last 2 weeks when Justin Fields got hurt, I knew it was going to go down because it was Devon Achane that was already hurt. But we're good. Yeah. We're good. I'm going to take somebody from you, and then I'll be good.
Yeah, who are you looking at? Who do you want? You're going to take Jalen. You're generally take Jalen Hurts. Yeah,
I just obvious. Said I lost Justin Fields. I'm going to take Jalen Hurts.
Obviously.
And it's good and it's great because I hope he just has like under 300 yards, but 200 yards and 2 touchdowns at AJ Brown, so I can screw you. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
And
but the people don't want to hear about the ass whooping I'm going to give you in Frankenstein, though. So
no, that's true. I'm just going to keep you busy all day Tuesday. Just going to call up your work and be like, just make sure this guy has a ton of work to do. We're recording Tuesday night, so I'm going to make sure that we're recording Tuesday night at 6. So.
Oh, you think I'm not going to have that in the chat at midnight? I'm going to have that in that. I'm going to have that in the. That's going to be in the chat by midnight, bro. If you lose that game, it's over. I'm not doing that. I wish I would miss my deadline like that. I've missed 2 players already. One of them was Josh Allen. I ain't missing another one.
Go on then. What have you got? What's your plays for Sunday?
So I'm tired of giving the people money lines or spreads and overs and stuff like that because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. You ain't gonna catch many of those out of me in the Discord. Like, I'll run them. I'll post maybe 1, 2, something like that. I'll keep it light, but I don't want to give the people that. I want to give them a reason to jump on the show and find out what they got. So I went a little different. Philadelphia has, a matchup against Washington. Washington's been bad. Like hit or miss. And their strength is supposed to be that D line, and they just have not been showing up the way they need to. I know, Jonathan Allen went on his little tangent about how he's tired, but like, bro, you're a part of this. So at the same time, I don't think they're going to have enough juice to just be like, we're just going to show up and beat Philly. I think Philly's going to dominate them on the ground like they do everybody else. And right in the middle of that is going to be DeAndre Swift for over 63.5 yards. To be honest with you, I was going to look at the rushing and receiving, and then I just remembered, dude, his line hit like 25 and stuff like that, and he barely scratches that, but he's going to get those carries. So I'm going 63.5. I love that. Miami plays New England. They obviously already played earlier this year. Obviously, injuries suck. My boy Christian Gonzalez had an amazing game that game, but I think this rematch is going to be a lot to prove for Miami and McDaniels. Obviously, they've had a rough couple weeks, so this is another touchdown line. Actually, it's over 3.5. This is probably the one that you were looking at because they had. It made no sense for me to go 31 for like worse odds or something like that. It was dumb. So over 3.5 touchdowns. Honestly, I think Miami gets close to 40 if we're being serious here. New England's a dumpster fire right now. I know they had a good game last week, but the Bills are losing to weak teams every week apparently. So over 3.5. I love that. And then last but not least, I have no idea how they have this line at this. You guys need to go log in and run this line immediately. Jordan Addison is at 57.5 receiving yards for the Minnesota Vikings. Jordan Addison, the guy that just went absolutely crazy Sunday night. Monday night. Sorry. Yeah, go get it. Go get it right now. Those 3 legs together, though, plus 636. And you'll get the boost somewhere. If you're on either any of 636, you can lock that in. That's my lock. That's my lock this week.
I like it. Yeah, Miami is the one because for me on FanDuel, the line for points is 27.5.
Yeah, I would take that all day. What the hell?
Yeah, so the price is obviously hugely different. The price is hugely different. So like just the points is minus 118 for 28 points, and the 4 touchdowns is plus 114. So it's a slight, but at the same time, I mean, they're both going to happen. I'm just taking the points because I'm taking the points on everything else.
Yeah, I think
so
at least 34. It's gonna be
So like the three I kind of like the best, and then I did the whole I'm just going to throw another couple in there because I actually normally I look through the Sunday slates, like the 1 o'clock slate, and I'm like, don't like any of these games. I actually kind of looked through it and went,
this week has some value in it, man. I like it, and I did look at your the plays the props that you had, and I'm like, yeah, this is easy. This is light work.
Yeah. So I actually really like this 1 p.m. Eastern Sunday slate. You've got the Eagles. You've already talked about their lines, 25.5 points. Think they go well over that against Washington. Miami, we've already talked about 27.5 points. They're the two highest point totals. And then the other three teams that I've picked out, one, again, you've already talked about, Minnesota, over 21.5 over 20.5 points. Again, they're coming off the back of their Sunday night football win. Monday night football win, and against the 49ers. So huge win for them. And they're going into Green Bay.
Yeah. Divisional rival too.
Yeah. I think they, again, like you said, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, these guys are, they're going to put up some decent points. And then
what a game Hawk had, right? Holy hell.
Yeah. And then the other two is ultimately I've taken the Falcons in Tennessee simply because of how bad Tennessee have been recently.
Is Kevin Byard going to be out of the door by then too? Did he sign with Philadelphia yet? We need to find that. Everybody get into the Gilded. I know it's in there. I'm about to check there right after this. Yes. If Kevin Byard is out of Tennessee, I agree with you. I ain't gonna lie to you. But when I saw this one, I was like, that's some bravery. That's some courage right there.
Yeah, well, it's simply a fade Tennessee bet. Ultimately, is what it is.
I completely understand it. Yeah.
But it's still, 20 points for Atlanta. Depends on which Atlanta turn up, because the Titans defense is the best part of their team, Henry aside. But Henry can't put the team on his back every single week. And I think aren't we trending in the direction of Will Levis starting at quarterback for Tennessee this weekend?
Yes, and I would say that Atlanta has some DBs that fly. Jesse Bates is one of my favorite safeties in the NFL. He's so fun to watch. So they'll have some guys in the box for them. They'll have some guys in the box for Derrick Henry. I do agree. It was one of those props where you see it and you're like, oh, okay, okay, taking that leap. I feel you.
And then the last one is also kind of a leap. Minshew Mania. Yeah, like Indianapolis Colts, 21.5 points over in Indianapolis against the Saints. Similar thing, right? Like the Saints have just not been great. The books have it being a real even game.
Oh, for sure.
And I just think the way that Minshew's playing right now with Josh Downs, Michael Pittman, like these guys, and Jonathan Taylor back at.
I was gonna say,
he's back.
He's back. He's back, and on top of that, he's stretching the field. He's letting it fly. Yeah, I seen a few deep passes to like the 4-yard barrier where I was like, oh man, okay, like he has some confidence right now. So he obviously always does, but I think in that offense with how balanced they can be, especially with Pittman, he's successful. 21.5 that's a nice line.
So those five, the Atlanta, Minnesota, Indianapolis, Philadelphia, and Miami lines for the team totals. The 5 of them together came out at plus 23.19.
Oh wow, I love that.
But the three kind of I don't know why I took the Miami and Minnesota Vikings lines out, but the first three, just because the first three I went for were Atlanta, Indianapolis, and Philadelphia, and I was like, I have to play the 3 just in case, just in case one of the others, mainly Minnesota, don't do what I think they're going to do. But the 3 of them is plus 600. So that's where I'm at for Sunday. But there will be obviously a huge amount more posted player prop wise.
Yeah.
Closer to the time on Sunday morning.
I am definitely everybody does need to have a disclaimer though. I am taking a risk giving you guys, a line prop on a Thursday. Like, you should wait to know like everybody's status, who's in and out for, around them and whatnot. But I've bombed the last few for these, and I don't want to risk it for anybody either. So you can get everything updated. Everything live.
I get why you've switched, because like you like you said, a couple of your picks on the money line recently on the spreads have not gone to plan. Yeah. But no, like you say, like if the players play that should, like, these lines are not going to be these lines come Sunday afternoon.
Right. Like Jordan Addison, you need to go jump on that 57.5 right now, everybody.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for watching and listening, everybody. Shout us any questions. Like we said, at Twitter, at PruBaby10, at Iceman_1013, at PW_housemoney. Good luck with all of your bets this week, whatever they may be. And we'll be back next Thursday playing with more house money.
If it's not, then I'll still be playing for the money from last weekend. Have a